Ever noticed how you walk into a store just for a carton of milk, but somehow leave with a $150 receipt and 3 bags of snacks you didn't know existed? It's not a coincidence. It's a masterclass in psychological warfare. Today, we're exposing the invisible maze, the billion-dollar science behind why grocery stores bury your essentials at the very back of the building. In the retail landscape of 2026, the grocery store is no longer just a place to buy food. It is a high-precision laboratory designed to maximize dwell time. Every inch of the floor plan is engineered to exploit human biology and decision-making shortcuts. At the heart of this design is one simple rule. The more floor you cover, the more money you spend. 1. The perimeter trap and the boomerang effect. The most fundamental strategy in supermarket engineering is the perimeter layout. Have you ever noticed that milk, eggs, meat, and bread are almost always located on the far edges of the store? The forced journey. By placing the most common shopping list items, the destination categories, at the furthest points from the entrance, stores force you to traverse the entire length of the building. The boomerang effect. Retailers use speed bumps, displays of high-margin items like cookies or seasonal decor, to interrupt your path. You boomerang into an aisle to grab one thing, but the store layout ensures you see 5 other things on the way back out. By 2026, many stores have digitized this trap, using Bluetooth beacons that send personalized coupons to your phone as you pass these speed bumps. This ensures that even if you try to stick to the perimeter, a sudden 50% off notification for a luxury snack lures you into the high-margin maze of the inner aisles. 2. Sensory priming. The decompression zone. The manipulation starts the second you step through the automatic doors. Most shoppers enter the decompression zone, the first 5 to 15 feet where you adjust to the lights, temperature, and smells. Freshness first. You are almost always greeted by the produce section or the bakery. The bright colors of fruit and the smell of fresh bread trigger a freshness prime in your brain. This subconscious signal makes you feel like the store is a healthy, high-quality environment, which lowers your psychological guard for the processed, high-margin items waiting in the center aisles. The right-hand rule. Statistics show that 90% of shoppers instinctively turn right after entering. Stores place their most profitable or power displays immediately to the right of the entrance to capitalize on this natural human drift. This sensory onslaught is a form of environmental priming. By flooding your senses with the smell of baked goods, the store triggers appetite-regulating hormones before you've even looked at a price tag. This physiological shift moves you from a state of logical budgeting to sensory-driven acquisition, making you significantly more likely to overfill your cart. 3. Eye level is by level. Once you are deep in the aisles looking for your staples, the shelving itself becomes a tool for profit. The bullseye zone, items at adult eye level, about 5 feet, are the most expensive. Brands actually pay slotting fees to ensure their products sit in this prime real estate because it can boost sales by up to 35%. The cereal nudge, lower shelves are reserved for children. Cereals with cartoon mascots are placed specifically at a child's eye level, designed to trigger pester power, the psychological pressure children put on parents to make unplanned purchases. This strategy creates a visual hierarchy of price. In 2026, dynamic digital shelving can even adjust which products are highlighted based on the time of day or the demographic of the person standing in front of it. By controlling your field of vision, the store dictates which price points you consider normal, burying budget alternatives out of sight. 4. The engineering of laziness, adjacency, and grouping. Supermarkets are experts at product adjacency. If you finally reach the back wall for that milk, you'll find it's rarely alone. The upsell, you'll find expensive organic chocolate next to the milk, or gourmet dips next to the chips. The sunk cost fallacy. By the time you reach the back of the store, you've already invested time and effort. In 2026, retail psychologists have found that the longer a shopper spends in-store, the more likely they are to engage in compensatory consumption, buying a treat because they worked hard to navigate the store. This tactic exploits cross-category merchandising, removing the friction between your staple needs and your impulsive wants. By grouping a solution together, like placing salsa, chips, and beer in a single end cap, the store saves you the time of walking, but charges you a premium for the convenience of not having to think. 5. The checkout squeeze. The final hurdle is the checkout line. This is the impulse zone. After 20-plus minutes of making complex decisions about prices and nutrition, your brain experiences decision fatigue. When you are tired, your willpower is at its lowest. This is why the checkout aisles are narrow and stocked with high-sugar, high-margin, instant gratification items like candy and cold soda. You aren't buying them because you're hungry. You're buying them because your brain is seeking a quick glucose hit to recover from the shopping experience. This is the ultimate ego depletion trap. After successfully resisting dozens of temptations throughout the store, your self-control reserves are empty. Retailers know that in this state, you are statistically most likely to say yes to a small, low-cost treat. It's a final tax on your mental energy before you leave the building. The verdict: how to beat the system. The store is designed to be a maze, but you can navigate it like a pro. Thus, shop the perimeter, stay on the edges for fresh food, and only dive into the center aisles for specific items on your list. Look up and down. The best deals are usually on the top or bottom shelves, away from the bullseye zone. Use a small basket. Research shows that people with large carts buy up to 40% more just to fill the empty space. By understanding these choice architecture tricks, you can reclaim your autonomy. In 2026, the best way to save money is to treat the grocery store like a mission-critical operation. Get in with a list, ignore the sensory bait. And remember that the most profitable items for the store are always the ones positioned to be the easiest for you to grab. To truly master the environment, consider the cash-only strategy for smaller trips. Removing the frictionless nature of a digital tap reintroduces the pain of paying that retailers work so hard to hide. Furthermore, try wearing headphones to block out the slow-tempo background music, which is scientifically proven to slow your walking speed and increase your browsing time. When you control your pace and your focus, you transform from a passive consumer into a strategic operator, ensuring that your budget, not the store's layout, dictates your final receipt.